welcome to Virtual Lagree. I'm Hannah, and this is Kate the Great. She's going to be our model today doing the workout with you. I will also be doing the workout with you on the floor and in my heart. Full body, 40-minute, let's get it. We're going to start in a reverse plank. Go ahead and cue the animation. We're going to start with the hands on the carriage. Toes are going to be on the platform. You can be up on those hands or you can be down on those forearms, whichever is more comfortable for you. Kate's up on her hands for the start. She might transition down to her forearms if her wrists start to feel any sensitivity. For the first moves for our core, we're going to be in each move for 1 minute. So know that it will come to an end. It's not forever. It's going to feel like a while, but you'll survive. Kay's keeping her hips lifted. She's keeping those shoulders rolled back away from that neck, engaging that core. Again, if you need to drop down to those forearms because those wrists are a little bit sensitive, totally fine. You can take that modification, bring those forearms down to the carriage. Then pop right back out into that perfect high plank, holding it here. We're going to turn this into a plank to pike, so that's perfect that she's down on her forearms. We're going to slowly pike those hips up and drop those hips down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's starting in her plank from here. Slowly pike those hips up, slowly drop those hips down. We have nice high tippy toes on the platform. Then we're just lifting and lowering those hips. If this is too aggressive, you can drop down to those knees and you can give me a saw, hinging out from those shoulders, staying down on your forearms. Nice job. In our saw, what I want you to focus on is sending that carriage out as far as you can. Then as you bring it in, I want you to stop right when your shoulders and elbows align. So as opposed to pulling that carriage in all the way underneath you, you're stopping right when you have that shoulder-elbow alignment. Nice and slow. The challenge zone, sending that carriage out as far as you can. Another challenge zone is resisting back in, stopping right when you hit that shoulder-elbow alignment. If you're still in that plank to pike, you are slowly lifting and lowering those hips, and you're only there for 10 more seconds. Wherever you're at, I want you to keep it super, super slow. We're about to head to the back of the machine. Forearms are going to be on the back platform. Knees are going to be on your carriage for a kneeling crunch in 3, 2, 1. Nice job, Kate. Forearms are going to come onto the back platform. Knees are going to be on your carriage. You're going to start in a modified plank hold. Forearms down, knees are down. Starting in a modified plank hold. From this plank hold, I want you to lift and round those hips. So slowly lift and round those hips. That carriage is going to come in. Then slowly release those legs back out. Nice and slow. In this move, we have a tendency to want to pull in with those knees. I want you to pretend that your lower body do be broke, so you can't use those legs. You're forcing all that work into that core. You're lifting with those hips and rounding into that back here as opposed to pulling in with your knees. You're going to feel a world of difference if you do it this way. Nice and slow. She already feels the world of difference. Kate already did a 40-minute workout seconds before this. So she is already totally worked out and doing more. Above and beyond. A+. Nice and slow. 4 to 6 seconds here. Don't forget to breathe through this move. You only have 10 more seconds. We're going to turn this into a wheelbarrow. Hands are going to come onto the little curved handlebars here. Knees are going to stay where they are. In 3, 2, 1. Knees stay where they are. Hands are on those handlebars. Send those legs out. Start in that modified plank. From here, hinge back from those shoulders only. Hinge back from the shoulders and forward. So the goal here is to send yourself back as far as you can. Then slowly resist yourself forward. I want you to focus on keeping those shoulders rolled back away from that neck. Really push through the palms of your hands. Micro bend in those elbows as you send yourself back and resist in. Notice Kate's hips aren't moving, so we're not lifting and lowering those hips. Hips are quiet, core is engaged, and the hips are tucked. But you only need to remember those 500 things. Nice job. Again, the focus. Send that carriage back as far as you can. Then slowly resist it forward. You have 15 more seconds before we turn this into a reverse catfish. Hands are going to be up on the high handlebars. Toes are going to be behind the S-strap or behind the bar on your carriage in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So toes are going to be behind that bar. Hands are up on the high handlebars. If you're a little bit shorter, you're going to want to use that bar as opposed to that strap. So play with your foot placement so you have the space to keep your hips in line with your shoulders. So tuck your toes right here so that you have something to pull up. There you go. Keep your hips up in line with your shoulders. Resist it in. Slowly send it out. Nice job. Try to keep that flat back here. So your goal is to have a nice flat back. Let me take a spring off. Make sure that heel is supported. Or sorry, toes are back. Perfect. All right, so in this move, again, keep that flat back position. All your body weight is gonna be over those handlebars. From there, you're bending those knees in and slowly resisting out. If you feel those hips start to drop, it's because you've gone too far. So keep your hips up in line with your shoulders, nice flat back the whole time. Micro bend in, slowly resist out. We're gonna turn this into a lat pull down. You're gonna come to 3 to 5 yellow springs, or not yellow, black on this machine. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done with the core block. So go ahead and ride it to the front so we can change that spring load. Sit it down. There we go. 2 maybe. Hands are going to be on the high handlebars at the back. Knees are going to be behind the S-strap by that number 11. Elbows are going to be up nice and high in line with those shoulders. You're going to slowly pull yourself in and slowly resist yourself back out. You're hovering your booty over your heels. Hinge that torso forward. Really get that nice parallel alignment with your torso and the ground. Pull yourself in and resist back out. Nice job. Your head is not lifting or lowering. You're staying level as you pull in and resist out. Elbows stay up nice and high. Nice job, Kate. How's the weight? Is it okay? Go ahead and ride it to the front and take one off. Remember, this workout is your workout. So whatever we suggest on the screen or whatever we say, that's just a suggestion. If you need to go lighter or if you want to go heavier, your machine, your workout, you're you. So do exactly what you want to do. We're just going to give you guidelines, but make the workout your own. So really hinge that torso forward. We're going to turn this into bicep curls. Hands are going to come down to those little foam rollers on your carriage in 5, or on your platform. 3, 2, 1. Hands drop down, knees stay where they are. Elbows stay tight to your rib cage, underhand grip. From here, pull yourself in nice and slow and resist yourself out. Pull it in nice and slow. Nice, Kate. And resist out. Super, super slow here. Keep those elbows super tight to your rib cage. As you send those arms out, I want you to stop with that micro bend. So you're not locking those arms out. Micro bend is where you want to stop. Then you pull them back in. We're going to bring that right hand behind our back. Left hand is going to stay where it is. We're going to get into some single arm bicep curls. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand stays where it is. Bring that right hand behind your back. Slowly pull yourself in. Slowly resist yourself back out. Nice job. Resist it in and out. If that's too aggressive, you can stay in that single or that double arm bicep curl. Totally fine. Nice job. Perfect. Resist it in and slowly send it out. We're going to switch those arms. You're going to get into it on the right hand. Send that left hand behind your back in 3, 2, 1. Left hand comes behind your back. Slowly row it in with that right arm. Or bicep curl it in and out. Nice and slow. Perfect, Kate. Great pace. Don't forget to breathe through it here. Slow, controlled movements. We're only here for 15 more seconds before we grab those black cables in the well. You're going to be, again, on 3 to 5 yellow or black springs for a newspaper facing the same exact way. Knees are going to be on the carriage. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ride that carriage. Grab those black cables. You're going to cross the cables, pop up high onto those knees. Cross the cables. Elbows are tight to your rib cage. You're slowly going to open that newspaper up, then slowly close. Slowly open it up. Nice. And slowly close. Maybe back it up on the carriage, or let's increase some weight so that you have a little bit more tension to work with. That's okay. Here you go. Ugh. All right. So in this move, modifications. Scooting forward is going to make it less aggressive. Backing it up is going to make it more aggressive. So keep it super slow. We want to keep those cables nice and tight. You don't want to let tension in here. Elbows are glued down to your rib cage, and you're maintaining this 90-degree angle with your arms the whole time. Slowly open, slowly close. We're going to turn this into a sexy back. You can keep the cables crossed, or you can uncross them to ease the tension. We're going to hinge that torso forward. Hover the booty over the heels in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncross the cables to ease the tension. Elbows are tight to the rib cage. Palms face up to start. You're slowly going to send those arms out long. Then bend at those elbows to resist back in. Nice job. Notice Kate is keeping her elbow glued to the rib cage. She's pulling through the bottom of her arm. Perfect. Nice job. Backing it up is going to make it more aggressive. Scooting forward, less aggressive. Tons of modifications here. All I ask is that you hinge that torso forward. Hover the booty over the heels. Elbows are tight to the rib cage. Palms face up. Send those arms out super slow. Then just bend at those elbows to resist those arms back in. You're going to hold the arms out long. We're going to pulse it out for the final 15 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms out long. From here, pulse it up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Slow and with control. Nice job, Kate. You got this. Second workout. Killing it. We're turning this into chest press. 1 red, 2 to 3 yellow springs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 red, 2 to 3 yellows or blacks. So hands are going to be on those handlebars at the front. Your knees are going to be down. Toes are going to be on the pockets at the back of the machine. You're slowly going to extend yourself out and resist back in. So hands are there. Toes are in the pockets at the back. Back here, right here. There you go. From here, you're going to tuck those hips, find that nice plank, modified plank, send those legs out. Push, push, push. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All the way, keep going. From there, bend at those elbows. There it is. I want you to stay nice and low. You'll notice Kate is not lifting and lowering. She's staying low, and all that's happening is she's bending at those elbows, getting that nice heavy chest press. She's keeping it super slow. If you want to modify here, you can go ahead and tuck those toes in. Lift those knees up, nice and slow. With control, we're going to hold it halfway. Give me tiny pulses, pulsing it out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway hold. From here, I'm going to pulse it out and in. Pulse it out and in. We're almost done here. We're going to get right into our legs, starting with a runner's lunge. Right foot forward, left toes on your carriage in 3, 2, 1. Nice job, Kate. Done with those arms. Right foot's on the platform, nice and under that strap. Left toes are going to be right here against that handlebar. From here, you're going to get down nice and low. We're working against a heavy spring load here. Once you're low, you're going to extend that left leg out and resist it back in. Extend that left leg out and resist it back in. Hands can be on that pole, or you can use those handlebars for some support. Nice job. Extend that left leg out, resist it in. Slow, controlled movements here. Really pushing through that right heel. You want to keep those hips super squared towards the wall in front of you. Keep that right knee right over that ankle. Send it out, resist it back in. Think about that left toe right now. I want the toes pushing onto the carriage. Your heel needs to be as lifted as humanly possible. To protect that Achilles tendon, we want to keep the Achilles or the heel lifted away from the carriage. Slow and steady wins the race. We're sending it out and resisting it back in. Slowly send it out and resist it back in. You're going to hold that left leg at that 90-degree angle. Notice there's a little bit of a shake happening. This is the Lagree shake. This is what we live for. What's the shake mean? It means that change is happening. So, yay. Should be happening. This is like your 87th minute of working out. All right. We're going to hold that left leg at the 90-degree angle in 3, 2, 1. Find that 90-degree angle. From here, sit that torso up. Give me split lunge pulses. Drop that left knee down and up. In this pulse, I want you to keep that carriage as still as possible. Slowly lift, slowly lower. Down and up, just with that left knee. Send it down and lift it up. Hips stay squared. Nice, Kate. I know it's aggressive. We're going to get back to full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range of motion. You're back to holding it low, bending and extending with that left leg. We're going to turn and face the front. For heavy squats, you're going to tuck those toes into the S-straps in 3, 2, 1. Turn and face the front. Right foot is on that platform. Left foot is going to be in the S-strap on your carriage. From here, I want you to get nice and low. Send that carriage out. Hold it here. Push through the heels. We're just going to hold it in a squat hold. Find that perfect form. I want those knees to be over those ankles. Push those knees out to the diagonals. Try to fight against them knocking in. Now we're going to get into some squats. Send that booty down and back. Then push through those heels. Slowly come up. Send that booty down and back. That carriage doesn't move here. You're just pushing through those heels. Keeping that carriage super, super still. Nice job. In 10 seconds, we're going to hold it low and turn it into a push and pull, using both those legs evenly to send that carriage out and resist that carriage back in 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. From here, send that carriage out using both those legs. Resist it in using both those legs. Send it out using both those legs. Resist it in. Nice job. So the goal here is to stay as low as humanly possible from this point. Send it out. Resist it in. Nice job, Kate. So hot in here. You're killing it. Nothing like hot Lagree. We love it. Yay. All right, we are almost there. Almost there. Stay as low as you can. Push through the heels. We're turning this into a mega donkey kick. Right heel is going to be up against the curved handlebar. Left knee is down on your carriage in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mega donkey kick. 1 red, 2 to 3 blacks. Hands are going to be on the very edge of that carriage. Right heel is going to be up against the curved handlebar. From here, you're extending that right leg out. Resist that right leg in. Send that right leg out and resist that right leg in. Nice and slow. So you want that left knee on the carriage, hands on the very edge of the carriage. There it is. So push through that heel. We want the heel connected as opposed to the center of your foot. So with this foot, we want to have the heel connected. There we go. That's going to force you to push through the heel as opposed to the center of your foot here. We want that flat back. Square those shoulders off towards the back of the machine. Slowly send yourself out and slowly resist yourself back in. Nice job, Kate. If at any point those wrists are sensitive, you can drop down to those forearms. Either way, keep it nice and slow. Pushing through the heel. Again, this is your workout. Make it your own. You can totally drop down springs. And look at how easy that would be where you're at. You can drop springs or add springs. Figure out where you're at. Make the workout your own. Make it harder, make it easier. Whatever you need to do to stay in it. Nice job. 4 to 6 seconds, we're sending it out. 4 to 6 seconds, we're resisting it back in. We're going to hold it out halfway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming to that halfway hold. From here, you're going to pulse it out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, in an inch. If you want to fly that left knee, go ahead and tuck those left toes right in front of the bar. Lift that knee up. Give me a flying pulse. That's going to be a little bit more aggressive here. Either way, just try to stay in this pulse. Let that shake happen. Breathe through it. Almost there. We are almost there. We're going to get back to full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop that knee down. If you took the flying option, get back into full range of motion, sending it out and resisting it back in with that flat back. We have 10 more seconds here. We're going to find that bungee, wrap it around the arch of that right foot. Knees and forearms are going to be down on your carriage. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that bungee on your front platform. Hands are on the very edge of your platform or carriage. You're going to wrap that bungee around that right foot. From there, find that 90-degree angle. Pump that heel up. Resist back down. Option to drop to the forearms. I want you to find that 90-degree angle with your right leg. From there, pump that heel up and resist that heel down. Nice job. So really try to find that 90-degree angle here. Nice job. Pump it up, resist it down. Here, I'm going to move the cable a little bit. Drop it down a little bit. All right, here you go. Maybe back it up on the carriage slightly. That's going to also ease some tension. Pump it up and resist it down. Again, the goal is to keep your hip and knee aligned. The higher you keep that knee, the more aggressive this move is going to be. Nice and slow. We're going to turn it into hamstring curls in 3, 2, 1. Send that leg out long. Then bend at that knee. Bring that leg up. Send it out. Bring it in. Only 10 more seconds here. We're going to end with a 5th lunge, grabbing those cables at the back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we're on 1 black or 1 yellow spring. You're going to head to the back. Grab the cables at the back. Step up onto the back platform facing the opposite direction. Here you go. From here, step that right foot onto the carriage. Left toes stay on that back platform. You're going to lunge it down into that right leg. Push through that heel to slowly rise to the top. So those cables are there for you to offer some support and stability. As you lunge down, I want you to send those cables out long to your sides. As you stand up, you're going to just push through that right leg, rise to the top. Nice and slow here. Cables are there to support, but try not to allow them to be a crutch and just turn this into a bicep curl. I want you to try to keep it super, super heavy in that right leg. Nice job. We're not locking out that right leg at the top. You're keeping it super slow. This is our final move for that right leg. We're going to get right into our obliques after this. Perfect. Great pace. Try to find that 90-degree angle at the bottom. Then at the top, really fight against locking out that working leg. Let the tension build here. We're going to hold it down at our lowest point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down at your lowest point. From here, I want you to give me carriage kick. Send that carriage out through that heel and pull it in. Send it out through that right heel and in. This is a super small range of motion, but boy, does it hit. Very spicy. Nice and slow. See, so spicy. I wasn't lying. We're going to get back into full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it low first if you can, then slowly rise to the top. Nice job, Kate. You're almost there with those legs. We're going to dive right into our obliques, starting with a giant bear. We're going to hold it low one more time to get into our bear. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down to your lowest point. So here we are, lowest point. Focus on that balance. Can you let go of those cables for just a moment? We're going to bring those hands down to the carriage. Send that right leg back. You're in a plank. From this plank pose, I want you to bend those knees into that left elbow and slowly send those legs out. Bend those knees in only to the left elbow and slowly send them out. Nice and slow here. So you want to hit that perfect high plank every time. So hit that, rather than being twisted the whole time, you want to hit the perfect plank. Straighten those legs. From there, bend those knees in only to that left elbow. Twist, bend in. There you go. Try to keep those hips lifted in line with your shoulders. As you fatigue, you're going to notice those hips want to drop down. But the goal is to keep our hips lifted this entire time as we bend those knees in and slowly send those legs out. If this is too aggressive, you can drop down to those forearms and knees and give me a twisted saw. Stacking that left knee on top of that right knee, hinging out from the shoulders. I would say a wheelbarrow, but we have that on deck. So we're just going to give you this modification. Hinge out from those shoulders. Keep that right hip lifted out of the well. Nice and slow. Slow and with control. All right. You're almost there. We're turning this into a wheelbarrow. Hands are going to be on the carriage. Knees are stacked as they were in 3, 2, 1. Stack those knees left on top of right. From here, you're hinging just from those shoulders. Hand placement varies depending on what you're interested in or if you have wrist sensitivity. You can have your hands directly on the carriage, or you can bring those hands onto the ring of fire, as it's called, and that's going to offer more grip, which Kate has opted for. Hinge from those shoulders, send it out. Then pull that carriage underneath you. I want you to stop right when those shoulders and elbows align. Nice job. Spicy in that left or that right side. We feeling it? Yes. All right, you guys. We have a runner's lunge on deck. We're getting right into that left leg. Left foot's going to come onto this front platform. Right toes are going to be in the pocket on your carriage. You're on 1 red, 2 to 3 yellow springs, or 2 to 3 black springs, depending on the model that you have, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly head to the back. Oh, wait, I'm completely incorrect. We're still in a wheelbarrow. Not sure what we're switching it to. It's not changing. All right, we'll turn this into a wheelie crunch. So do exactly what you were doing. We're just going to get into some modifications. So stack that right or left knee on top of the right knee again. And now give me that wheelbarrow with a crunch. So this is called a wheelie crunch. We're going to get into this modification. From here, you're in that wheelbarrow. You're going to give me 1 wheelbarrow. Then you're going to give me 1 crunch when your shoulders and elbows align. That crunch is just ever so slightly lifting into that left side. So it's similar to an inchworm in that you're combining the crunch and the saw. This time you're combining the wheelbarrow with the crunch. We're almost done. I almost have you out of this. I'm sorry I lied to you. Nice and slow. Runner's lunge is on deck. So again, that's 1 red, 2 to 3 yellow springs or black springs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ride that carriage to the front. Hop on. All right. This time, left foot forward. Right toes are going to be on your carriage. You're on 1 red, 2 to 3 yellow springs or black springs. Left foot forward, right toes in the pocket. You're starting with both legs at that 90-degree angle. From here, you're extending that right leg out and resisting that right leg back in. You can use those handlebars to get nice and low. I want you to really focus on pushing through that heel here. Nice job, Kate. Do you need this? Were you using this? I'll put it here just in case for counterbalance. So if you have a red pull, white pull, any support system type pull, make sure it's on the opposite side of the leg that we're working so that you have counterbalance there. So for this move, obviously we have it on the right so that if she needs it, she can put her right hand on top of it. Extend that leg out and resist back in. Make sure those toes are pushing against that carriage as opposed to in that S-strap. Heel stays lifted, just attach those toes. So lift up, there you go. Push with the toes. You can drop the toes down slightly, but we want to keep that heel lifted to protect, there you go, to protect that Achilles tendon. Send it out, resist it back in. Hips and shoulders are squared towards the wall in front of you. I wanted to say mirror in front of you, but that's not what's there. Nice job. Keep those hips squared. Roll those shoulders back. We're almost there. You're going to hold it out halfway. And with that split lunge pulse, carriage doesn't move in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out halfway. Sit that torso up. Split lunge pulses. Down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Nice and slow. Ten more seconds. You're going to turn this into heavy squats. Turning and facing me. Tuck those feet into those S-straps in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, Kate. Turn and face me. Now you're going to drop it low into a squat hold. Just drop it low. Hold it here. From here, you're going to drop it down. Pump it up. Carriage doesn't move. Drop it down. Pump it up. How's the weight? Need me to adjust? You want me to adjust? So in this move, carriage is not moving. Carriage is not moving. Booty is nice and low. Those knees are over those ankles. You want to send those knees out and away from each other as opposed to those knees knocking in. Actively send them out. Hold it low. From here, drop it down. Pump it up. Drop it down. Pump it up. We're going to turn this into that push and pull. You're going to hold it low. Then you're going to send that carriage out using both those legs. Resist it in using both those legs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We start by holding it low. From here, send that carriage out using both your legs. Resist it in, nice and slow. Stay as low as you can. Woo, my voice cracked. If you have a mirror on either side of you, which I suggest that you do, look in that mirror. See where that knee-ankle alignment is. We want to keep that knee right over that ankle. When you're low, knee, ankle as opposed to those knees hinging forward over those toes. Try to wiggle your toes. Push through the heels here. Roll the shoulders back. Kate's doing so great right now. We want to stay as low as we can. Keep that good posture here. Breathe through it. Use your breath to your advantage. You're almost there. Send it out. Resist it back in. We're going to turn this into a mega donkey kick. That left heel this time is going to be up against the curved handlebar. Right knee is going to be down on your carriage. 1 red, 2 to 3 yellow springs, same as we have been doing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this time, right knee is down on your carriage. Left heel is up against that curved handlebar. You're going to push through that left heel, then resist it back in, nice and slow. Right knee is down, left heel is up. Make sure that heel is planted on that handlebar as opposed to the center of your foot here. I like to have a nice wide grip on the very edge of the carriage, just like Kate's doing. She's doing great. And then you're going to send it out and resist it back in, keeping your shoulders squared off towards whatever's in front of you. You'll also notice that Kate's leg, that her right leg, is perfectly straight up and down. We want to keep that nice 90-degree angle with that right leg as well. So make sure it's not too far forward or too far back on that carriage. Slowly send it out for 4 to 6 seconds. Slowly resist it back in. Beautiful, beautiful. You're doing so good. Under 10 minutes left. We're in single digits. Let it shake. As you push it out, try not to lock out that leg at the far point. Keep that micro bend. Let that tension build here. We're going to hold it out halfway in 15 seconds. You have that pulse and the option to fly it. If those wrists are giving you some pain, drop down to those forearms. If you have sensitive wrists, totally fine. I have sensitive wrists too. Lots of modifications on this machine for you that we will go through over time. Either way, keep it nice and slow. We're going to hold it at the halfway point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to that halfway hold. From that hold, I want you to pulse it out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, in an inch. If you took the option to fly it on the other side, tuck those right toes in front of that bar, lift that knee up, and fly that pulse from here. Nice and slow. If you're flying it, make sure you keep that flat back. Make sure you keep that nice tabletop position. Don't take challenges that you're not prepared for. It's totally fine. Work up to it. I love that you want to do it, but also don't hurt yourself. So let's build the strength first, then kill those flying pulses. You are done with this move in 10 seconds. We're moving on to bungee kicks. You're going to find that bungee, wrap it around the arch of that left foot this time. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that bungee, wrap it around the arch of that left foot this time. You're going to pump that heel up, resist back down. Forearms and knees are going to be down on your carriage for this move. Your goal is to keep that knee in line with your hip. From there, I want you to pump it up, resist it back down. The higher you keep that knee, the better. The closer your heel is to your glutes, the deeper you're going to work into the glutes. Further away it is, the deeper you're going to work into those hamstrings. Speaking of hamstrings, we're going to extend that leg out long. Turn this into a hamstring curl in 3, 2, 1. Extend it out long. Slowly bend at that knee. Bring it up. Slowly extend it out. Bend at that knee. Extend it out. So you start with that leg straight, then bend the knee in and extend it out long. There you go. Nice. Great job, Kate. Not easy. The bungee kicks are really difficult. So good. 10 more seconds here. We have that 5th lunge at the back. You're going to drop down to 1 black or 1 yellow spring. Grab those cables at the back of your machine in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and head all the way to the back. Go around the machine and grab the cables. Then step up onto the platform. The other cables on the outside. So once you have the cables, you're going to stand up on the platform, then pull them tight. That's going to bring the carriage into you. You're going to keep that right foot on the platform. Left foot steps out onto the carriage. We're going to lunge it down into that left leg. Bend in that knee, then push through that heel. Slowly come to the top. Nice job. This is it for those legs. This is all you got for legs. Perfect. Slow and with control. At the bottom of your lunge, you want to look like this. You have that 90-degree angle. Your arms are out long to those sides. Then you're pushing through that heel, slowly rising to the top. I personally like to hinge my torso forward, protects my lower back. Up to you if you want to keep that torso straight up or hinge as you lunge down. Nice job. Extend those arms out long, then push through the heel, rise to the top. Perfect. Kate's pace has not changed despite how exhausted she is, so very good. Getting all the workouts in real fast today. Another reminder, in this move, we want to push all the weight back into the heel. You're not pushing through the toes. All the weight should be back and down into that heel. We're going to hold it down at our lowest point to end this move. You have those carriage kicks pushing through that left heel in 3, 2, 1. Hold it low from here. Send that carriage out through that left heel. It's a small range of motion. Pull it in. Send it out through that left heel. Pull it in. Nice job. We have that giant twisted bear coming up. You're going to hold it low. Drop those cables and come into that plank in 3, 2, 1. Hold it back at that lowest point. Drop those cables. Hands drop down onto your carriage. Send that left leg or right leg back. From here, we're bending those knees in only to that right elbow and slowly extending those legs out. Bend those knees in only to that right elbow and slowly extend those legs out. Option to drop down to those forearms and knees for that twisted saw. So stack your knees, left on top of right this time, other way. Hinge out, there you go. So sorry, it's right on top of left. She's doing it right, I said it wrong. Keeping that left side lifted, just hinging out from those shoulders. If you didn't take the modification and you're still in that bear, make sure you keep those hips lifted in line with your shoulders. Don't let them drop. You're twisting those knees into that right elbow this time. That's going to work into that left side. You're going to turn this into that giant wheelbarrow or saw now, since we already did that. In 3, 2, 1. Drop down to those forearms. Oh, what? Super. Okay, yes, drop down to those forearms since we already did the wheelbarrow. Keep those knees stacked, left on or right on top of left. Hinge out and away from those shoulders. Apologies for the confusion there. So in this move, knees are stacked right over left, and you're hinging out and away just from those shoulders here. Nice and twisted. On our animation, you'll notice it's for the center core. We're stacking those knees so that we can get some oblique work in. So stacking those knees right on top of left is going to help you work into that left side, and the opposite is going to help you work into that right side. So you can always take those modifications. If you want a little bit more oblique work, stack those knees. If you want to focus on center core, keep your knees centered. So many options. Nice job. Slow and with control here. If you're in that wheelbarrow, then you're hinging out and away from those shoulders and pulling it in. Let's hold that saw out halfway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that saw out halfway. Give me little crunches, lifting and lowering into that left side. Hold it out. From there, lift and lower into that left side. So this is in the hips here. Just a slight little variation. Nice job, Kate. Almost there. You have one more move after this, and then you are done with class. We're going to sit on that back platform in 15 seconds. Toes are going to come under the S-strap by that number 10 on your carriage. You're going to give me a super crunch. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit on that back platform. Toes are going to come under the S-strap by that number 10. You're going to send that torso down as you send those legs out and bend those knees in as you lift that torso up. So hands can be at prayer, above your head or behind your head. From here, legs go out, torso comes down. Knees come in, torso comes up. Legs go out, torso comes down. Knees come in, torso comes up. If you want an added challenge here, you can go ahead and add another spring. That's going to give you a lot more to pull against. But one spring seems to be doing it here, because this has been an aggressive day on Kate's body. Nice and slow. We're going to hold it halfway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to that halfway hold. Just those knees. In an inch, out an inch. In an inch, out an inch. This is how you end. Final 10 seconds before you find that child's pose. In this little variation, make sure that torso is tilted back. You want to keep that engagement. Keep that torso as tilted as possible. We want to keep that engagement. You are done in 3, 2, 1. Bravo to Kate and to all of you humans out there. I hope the workout was a good time. All the oblique moves might have been a little bit confusing because of the animation, but just remember, stack those knees. So if you do this again, stack your knees to get the evenly working on the right and left side. Kate did amazing, and she'll always be with me till death do us part. And thanks for tuning in. Stay hydrated, stretch, and enjoy the sore. And think of me when you are sore. Okay, bye.